There's a lot going on at Twitch right now. Dan Clancy, the CEO, his job may be in jeopardy. Is there a culture of anti-Semitism within the company, within some of the top political streamers on the site? That is what we are going to try to find out today. At the heart of all of this is Hassan Piker, Twitch's largest political streamer, and Ethan Klein, the host of the H3 podcast. Hassan and Ethan at one time did a show together on the H3 channel as a part of the podcast called Leftovers, where they talked about politics, mostly like culture war stuff, making fun of conservatives, nothing super deep. But last year, a little bit after October 7th, that show ended. And I made a video covering that. It's one of the first videos that I made. Don't go back and watch it. It's very embarrassing. But I felt compelled to make a video on it because, especially all the people that took Hassan's side, I just felt like we're not portraying Ethan accurately at all. Like they weren't even acknowledging what he was saying. They would say like, oh, he refuses to call it a genocide, and then I would show them like multiple times where he called it a genocide and condemned it as such, what was happening in Gaza, and then the goalpost would shift to something else. And so it was like none of them were like paying attention at all to what was actually being said. It was all caricatures, and I felt like that really bothered me. I was like, if you have critiques of Ethan, that's fine. I had my own critiques of how he handled the whole situation, but it's like, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it, because y'all are just like hallucinating stuff and making stuff up that Ethan never said. And so I felt compelled to make a video about it. I think I actually made two. I made a video just recapping what happened during the fall, and then also addressing somebody else that made a video where I totally disagreed with them, but I felt like they were at least engaging in good faith. But anyways, yeah, and so things have just kind of been strained between Ethan and Hassan and their two audiences, and there's just been a lot of disgusting stuff said from people who are against Ethan, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, recently, Ethan has kind of called out Hassan on some particular issues that bother him, and I think rightfully so. And I'm seeing once again people from Hassan's side and Hassan himself doing the same tactics again, is deflecting, denying, poisoning the well, gaslighting, crazy making, doing anything possible except actually addressing the points that Ethan has made. And so this has led into a bunch of other things. We found out that Twitch has been blocking new accounts from being made in Israel since a little after October 7th for the whole year. And so there's just a lot going on with that. There might be an adpocalypse going on Twitch. And so, yeah, we're going to take a look at a summary that shows all the context of what's going on, that is made by Nickolas Diorio. He has been doing a great job covering this so far. He's been on top of it, doing a lot of streams, covering stuff. To cover everything, like in its entirety, would be like tens of hours to go through everything. But I think this will be like a good little recap. So let's see what he has to say about the situation. All right, again, this video is from Nickolas Diorio. Go and give him a subscribe. He is a really good commentator, really cares about portraying things accurately and truthfulness, and typically has pretty good opinions too. So let's see what he has to say.
There is nothing I can do. All I can do is just take it. Capri Sun Poppy and Frogan and everyone else that's getting banned in this mass ban wave, that all they can do is take it. And it is like gross and unhinged and completely untrue. Their goal is for you to stop talking about Israel's actions under the guise of fighting anti-Semitism. Twitch is playing along because they're an American corporation after all. Yeah. Like ADL is directly talking about Rogan.
Hi. So, obviously, there's a lot that's gone on in this past week between Hassan Piker and Ethan Klein, and I'm assuming for most of you it's been pretty tough to follow, unless you're as terminally online as I am. The aim of this segment is to give you all of the details in as close to chronological order as physically possible. This includes drama pertaining to Hassan's degenerate community member Frogan, and the controversy at Twitch that caused Israeli citizens to be banned from creating new accounts at Twitch for a full calendar year.
Hamas, lesser evil, across the board, lesser evil than Israel.
Hassan has continuously lied to his audience, praised and glorified terrorists, denied crimes against women have occurred, and misreported huge portions of the Israel-Palestine conflict, all while being the most prominent political streamer on a website that bans potential users from Israel, which houses more than 45% of the world's Jewish population.
If I get banned, I'll go on YouTube, chat. Calm down, okay? Like I'm not gonna stop streaming, okay? There's an election coming up in literally 12 fucking days. And this is what a congressperson is like worrying about.
So that's what's in store for you today. But before we get there, a word from our sponsor. Are you aware that you...
So there's kind of three main points that Ethan brought up. One is glorifying and platforming terrorism with the Houthi rebel that he interviewed on stream and had no critical questions for. Basically just glazed him the entire time, said that he thinks that him and the Houthis are doing what Luffy would do. And if you want a idea of who the Houthis are, I'm going to recommend this documentary to you here. Just trigger warning, it is disturbing. The Houthis are nothing like the Straw Hat Pirates from One Piece. They are ultra extremist religious oppressors of the people that they rule over. They are not a ragtag group of pirate rebels. They are the de facto government of a certain part in Yemen, over millions of people. They horridly mistreat the women that they rule over, and they are pretty much helping to facilitate a genocide on about 5 million displaced Yemeni people. By like strategically and systematically stealing the aid that is supposed to go to them and keeping water from them, as well as they have laid like hundreds of thousands of landmines within residential areas where the Yemeni people are. There's so many cases of kids just trying to get to school and having limbs blown off. It's just horrific, and people are escaping from this area and trying to sound the alarm of who the Yemeni or the Houthi people are. And so it gives you kind of an idea of Ethan is not just being like pedantic or silly when he brings up how bad it is that Hassan basically endorses the Houthis, because as long as they give lip service to the idea that what they're doing for the people of Gaza or against Israel and against America, then they have a free pass to do whatever they want, to basically kill more Arab people than Israel is. And so yeah, I mean it's really disgusting, and it's an issue that should be addressed, but Hassan refuses to.
Now let's get back to it. All right, who here has been following this on stuff? Do you guys know it's an election year?
There's an election coming up in literally 12 fucking days.
And that means you cannot criticize Hassan at all. There's an election coming. There's a genocide happening. How dare anyone criticize me? You should be more focused on other stuff, like tweeting about Gaza.
We're like 2 weeks from the election now, chat? Guys, all these people had to do, all they had to do was not hate Jews. I know.
True. This is like, for like political streamers, this is like the Super Bowl. This is where they make probably most of their money during 4 years. Like all the political streamers that have been caught up with this on Twitch that aren't Hassan, they don't do particularly well. They are not particularly interesting. They don't really have anything interesting to say about politics or anything to add. They just kind of seem to be riding Hassan's coattails. And you will never, ever, ever see them take like a different position from Hassan, because if they did, what little careers they have would be over. But yeah, all they had to do was just be chill and not be anti-Semitic, and they would be rolling in it right now. But a lot of these streamers have been banned for 30 days, and that's going to be through the election. So tough shit.
Oh, it's crazy. They would have made tons of money. Can you believe this, chat? All they had to do was not hate Jews. This is the most money that Frogan, Vio, Denims, all these people who got banned, this is their biggest, this is the Super Bowl. This is all their money. They just had to not hate Jews for another week. They could have done it next month. It would have been no problem. Holy shit, they got banned for 30 days. I am amped tonight. This is great. I'm watching people get their just desserts right now, and I'm fat and I like food, so I know what a good dessert feels like, dude. Holy shit.
Democrat says she's undecided because of concerns about anti-Semitism. Beth?
Yes!
Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you
for remembering we need to bring the hostages home. Of course. The rise of anti-Semitism and violence from anti-Semitism has risen greatly on college campuses and on our city streets.
All right.
Just hilarious, right? Like, you could have there's like conversations to be had about, the government of Israel using hostages as a ploy and not really caring about it. But it's like, what's funny about a voter caring that the hostage be brought home? Like, I don't know what's so hilarious about that.
I'm going to start here. Jumping back, if you've been watching any of the Asmongold coverage and all the stuff from last week that just got posted this week, or if you watch that stream, you know where we're at. Essentially, Asmongold came out and made a statement about how Western civilization is basically better than the people in the Middle East. And he made like a huge open-ended statement calling them inferior. Oh, the people in the Middle East, Gaza Strip, talking about Israel, Palestine. And Hassan Piker took it upon himself to kickstart what would go on to get all of his cronies banned from Twitch. But it basically starts here.
Right? Sure. He is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking
Asmongold gets on stream after giving the statement, which would ultimately get him banned, and he confronts Hassan on platforming a fucking Houthi terrorist on his fucking stream.
Aside, right?
Sure.
But he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically.
Bro, you can't make that shit up. Bro, you can't, bro.
Yes, we're opening up the night comparing a fucking terrorist to Anne Frank. She was a...
And it's not just that it's a terrorist, it's that that Houthi in particular is very anti-Semitic, but Houthis in general are. Like, their like slogan for their flag is death to Israel, death to America, a curse upon the Jews. They are just like super Jew haters. And so to compare him to Anne Frank is just psychotic, utterly psychotic. And the thing is like you can be understanding of why a young Yemeni man might join the Houthis. You can understand the conditions that they live under that might cause them to join that organization, because typically they live pretty well because they steal all the aid that's brought in for themselves. They typically have a lot of money. They are funded from the outside, while all the people that they rule over live in rubble and basically have to fight for food and water. And so, like, yeah, you can understand why he might have joined the Houthis, but that doesn't absolve them of what they're doing. It doesn't make it right or cool or something worth praising.
A wizard with that pen. My words are weapons. Yes, that's what we're comparing right now. Keep in mind, Hassan Piker has been watching these terrorist videos, saying stuff like they're very musical people. He's been watching videos of Houthi terrorists, fucking terrorists, getting.
And the thing is that Hassan knows all this. He's not stupid. He has openly called himself a propagandist. He did so on Piers Morgan. He's happy to take that title. And he knows what the Houthis do. He knows who they are. But because his ethos is fuck America and fuck anyone that is aligned with America, it doesn't really matter what anybody does. If they are not aligned with America or are enemies of America, Hassan will carry water for them and whitewash them.
On ships, okay? Like commandeering vessels. The people on those ships, chat, they don't even know where they are. He's watching, he's got his friends watching in horror as he shows terrorist propaganda videos on his fucking streams, okay? There is no TOS in the world that would allow this. Except maybe like Goyim TV, if I had to guess.
And two, the biggest thing that they're like noted for right now is attacking these ships, these trade ships. It's not hurting Israel. It's not hurting us in the West. A lot of these ships are not going to Israel, have nothing to do with Israel, aren't from Israel. The people who are getting hurt most by it are the Yemeni people that they rule over, because it drives up the cost of everything. People no longer want to go through that place. They go all the way, they go like a long ways around, and it drives up the cost of everything for the Yemeni people and for the global South at large. It's hurting poor and oppressed people. It's not hurting Israel or helping the Gazan people at all. And Hassan, I think, knows this, but he makes it out like it's that they're just doing this for Gaza, and it's actually helping. It's really dumb.
I guess maybe this would be okay on Goyim TV, chat. Yeah, great. Asmongold has been banned for Twitch for 14 days. Genociders should be genocided, being his statement.
What is Bunty King to you?
And then, yeah, I mean,
Who is Bunty King?
oh my, the double standard, chat. The double standard is fucking unreal over at Twitch. As you'll see, it gets worse as we keep going.
Yeah, so there's like little things here and there that's just like, okay, like is Twitch like anti-Semitic, or are they like sympathetic towards anti-Semitism? And like with little things here and there, it's like maybe not. But once you see like everything all together, I feel like it's pretty undeniable.
Feed basically being the news feed for this. So Hassan's Houthi terrorist friend was banned from Twitter, and ultimately this would culminate in the Hassan Houthi terrorist getting banned from Twitch, right? So this person was on Twitter. They got banned from here. They created a Twitch. They got banned from there. They created an alt account, and they got banned again for ban evasion. While this is happening, Frogan, worst Hassan mod, gets into a massive controversy.
Hey, this hijabi Muslim woman who is a content creator herself, who's constantly getting fucking serious.
All right, let's be honest here. Frogan is hardly a content creator. Frogan is an industry plant. Frogan is the wallpaper in the office before you see the doctor, okay? Frogan barely even is considered a content creator.
Hey, this hijabi Muslim woman who is a content creator herself, who's constantly getting fucking serially harassed by...
Okay, and by the way, she's not being serially harassed, okay? She's an outspoken bitch, and she gets what she fucking deserves on social media. Just to be clear, there's this narrative that Frogan is unjustly targeted for any such reason. That's a complete fucking lie, okay?
Yeah, like she is never like targeted. She goes after people publicly, and then when there's a response publicly, she cries about, well, I'm a small creator. Why would you come after me? Or, or hides behind, wearing a hijab, being Lebanese or half Lebanese. It's just really disgusting. Like if you are, if you're going to be a streamer, if you're going to be a big girl streamer, you have to, be able to withstand the heat in the kitchen, or just get out. Okay. Or don't, call people out like this, or make the utterly inflammatory and disgusting statements that you make. And by the way, like there's just, I think all the, comments like on her appearance are dumb. There's just so much better things to insult her or critique her about. There's just no need for that.
Frogan is an outspoken moron who attracts people who fucking can't stand the shit that she says, and then she curls up in a little ball and acts like a fucking crybaby. That's what Frogan is. There's no weird targeted campaign attacking a hijabi girl or some shit like that. No, this is criticism coming from statements. This is backlash coming from statements. Nobody's targeting Frogan because of her fucking hijab.
Islamophobic, monstrous pieces of shit whose family is still in Lebanon, you know? You think I'm going to be like, hey, I know Israel is like, I know that Israel's bombing your fucking village and you're getting harassed endlessly, you know, but it's really fucked up. Hey.
Then maybe you should get offline. If you can't navigate your own fucking streaming career and you're putting your own channel in jeopardy. Well, to be fair, she's not putting her own channel in jeopardy because realistically, up until this point, these people just don't get moderated because they're friends with Hassan, who's like the face of Twitch. There's a massive double standard for Hassan that doesn't carry over to anybody else. So honestly,
yeah, it's strange because like these people get like 100 concurrent viewers, yet somehow they like Frogan especially, one like up and coming streamer 2 years in a row somehow, and they are given like panels at TwitchCon. It's clear that it's very cliquey, and that there is kind of support for these people in the company that is Twitch.
I don't even expect her to. Nice enough.
I don't respect you. So I
no! What am I gonna? I don't even expect her to chill out. Why would she chill out? There's no expected repercussions for any of these actions.
Yeah, and to be clear, like the only time that she gets any movement, like gets like talked about or clipped or anything, is when she is just making outrageous and hateful statements. And I don't even think that that's like her goal. I think that she just I don't know. I think she's bad at streaming.
Mike from PA gets in somebody's DMs. Another one, chat. This is the guy who punched the couch, who wanted to date Bad Bunny, who said so much racist shit she had to change her name to Kira Chats.
These guys, to a lot of them, they are bigoted. A lot of leftists will think that because they have adopted the label of leftists that they cannot be racist, they cannot be bigots, but they have never actually done the work of confronting and unpacking their bigotry. And so sometimes they will be publicly bigoted, sometimes they will be privately bigoted. But you see right here, I think that he meant for this to be a K instead of an L, which is a slur for Jewish people. And then, you know, a lot of them don't mind being bigoted towards Jewish people and then use the thinly veiled excuse of criticizing Zionism to get away with it. And they very much use dog whistles, and they understand this because they understand and can point out dog whistles from white supremacists, from KKK people, but are happy to use it in this situation. And yeah, I mean, and to be clear, like you can criticize Zionism and you can criticize Israel, the government, what they're doing, everything without being anti-Semitic. You can. But also, when you say things like Second Thought has said that Zionists, no matter where they live in the world, do not deserve a moment of peace. And the thing is when you talk about Zionism, you have to keep in mind that like 90% of Jews are Zionists. And Zionism is a big tent. For some, all it means is they feel that the state of Israel should exist. And then for others, they are fucking psychos and, are the ones that are at the forefront of settlements and outposts and like literally taking Palestinian land, and they believe that the whole area should be theirs. It's a big tent, okay? But just keep that in mind when you are talking about Zionists, that it's 90% of them. So you effectively are talking about Jews when you say blanket statements about all Zionists.
Seeing a pattern here with these leftists over at Twitch? Seeing any patterns here? He says, you're a dishonest, like, genocide supporter. I can't imagine being such a pathetic little freak Zionist like yourself. Show of hands, chat. Does anybody think this was a typo? Anybody here? Does anybody think this was a typo? I'm curious. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at your keyboard. What's next to the L?
What is Bunty King to you? A person? Who is Bunty King?
Don't put it in my chat. I will have to purge it. Mods, be prepared. But look at your keyboard and tell me what's right next to the letter L, okay? Because listen, you're a disgusting like genocide supporter. It doesn't sound correct. It does not sound like that's what he was going to say. But there's another word, chat. There is definitely another word there.
The thing too is that like straight up KKK white supremacy overlaps so much with a lot of the pro-Palestinian movement. There's a reason why David Duke, former leader of the KKK, has endorsed Jill Stein of the Green Party, who is very anti-Israel, because they overlap. And so a lot of times, some of the arguments and some of the things that people say are indistinguishable from the things that anti-Semites say. And so it's just like, and then people like Hassan want to make it out like it's just ridiculous that anybody who's criticizing Israel could be anti-Semitic. But I think it's like a line that is very much worth being clear about, because a lot of it reminds me of like early 2000s Muslim sentiments, Islamophobia after 9/11, where it's just like these people are all garbage and should not exist, and a lot of hate crimes against them. And yeah, I mean, it feels like a lot of the same stuff is happening now with Jewish people and these pro-Palestinian people.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to falsely accuse anybody. I actually asked, like, was like a typo. Yeah, I don't know. That one flew over everybody's head. It didn't fly over my head. I know what we're talking about here. Are you gonna cover Dan's video, little bro? Am I gonna cover Dan's video? Am I gonna cover it? I'm giving the chat what they want tonight. I've got tons to bring up. I got lots here. We're just starting at the basics right now, okay? Dude, it's like from PA. So I said, it's crazy how many people I know got called racist and Nazis for not like, and by the way, I don't know, maybe you guys feel the same way, because this is legitimately how I feel. There's no kayfabe or performance here. I'm upset at how many times I've been called a Nazi.
Say something to you, Nick. I really like you.
Why? How many streamers you've watched have been called Nazis? Because what? They didn't like the same YouTubers? They made jokes that other people don't appreciate? Okay, what? They didn't like Star Wars? They didn't like the current Star Wars? Chat, I've seen Mauler get called a fucking Nazi on social media. It is crazy how many people get called racist.
Yeah, this is a tactic that Hassan uses, and a lot of these same people that are in his groups, they will they've been doing it for a long time, and I think they've been getting away with it because it's mostly like people who are probably like center leaning, maybe center right, people that like I would disagree with, but obviously would not call a Nazi or a racist even. People who have like legitimate legitimately just like don't like certain media that comes out these days for whatever reason, and they just write them off as these people are Nazis. And there are some, that I believe are pretty close to that. Synthetic Man, I think, is an example of that. But I think there's people further, more towards the left than Nazis who have legitimate, concerns about media, stuff like that. And instead of like engaging with them, it's just, they're just lazy, and they write them off by calling them Nazis. But now I think that it's happening to more left-leaning people, right? Like Hassan has basically insinuated that Ethan has become a right-wing shithead, that he has become just like Steven Crowder, and that he is only doing all this because he hates Hassan because he's Muslim. And so it's just like, it's this disgusting thing where, they use Nazi as an insult to discredit people or to brush aside any sort of argument, while at the same time now being openly anti-Semitic and like at best like overlapping with neo-Nazis on anti-Semitic talking points.
And Nazis, but now lefty streamers can just openly fucking hate Jews. Have you ever seen this before in your life?
Is this really lolly?
It's all the same people. All the people who you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi. It's like Oprah giving a giveaway under your fucking chair. You've been given away the ability to be called a Nazi by all of your peers.
What is Bunty King to you?
All those guys hate.
And the thing is, I think I've seen this before. I think this is true, that they hate Nazis, and they like during like the BLM protests and stuff, they were like very much against Nazis because they're against white supremacy, not because they're against anti-Semitism. And I think there's a difference there. They're against, anything America, and a lot of America for them represents white supremacy, and to them, really, they believe that Israel is a white supremacist state. They do. They believe like the majority of Jews in Israel are white, even though the majority are Sephardic and Mizrahi. They are Arabic. They are native to that area, but they believe, like genuinely, that the majority of them came from Poland or other like white European countries. And there are some, but the majority are non-white. And so I think that is how they can be so anti-Semitic, but also like be against Nazis at the same time.
Jews now.
Nickolas Diorio?
It's fucking nuts. And then I wrote, and some horrific bread tuber is making a 90-minute face cam video essay with cheap bisexual Go-V lighting as we speak, rewriting history and sweeping with the Google definition of the word Zionism on screen, blocking their Stalin mustache. It hasn't happened yet, chat.
And the thing is like so many, Hassan knows better. He is a revisionist. He is not dumb. But the majority of people who have like strong opinions and are pro-Palestinian, and I am pro-Palestinian, I am, but the majority of these people, they don't know shit about what's actually going on. They don't know shit about the history. They know what Hassan and people like him have told them. And regardless of what anybody wants to tell you, it is a very complicated history and situation. It just is. You can read 2 different history books and come away with 2 vastly different takes on the history, on the situation. You can study this for a whole year and still not really have a full grasp of everything. And so many people, their entire education on this situation comes from TikTok, comes from people like Hassan, who are propaganda revisionists. And I think it's a really sad state of affairs. I think it results in really poor activism that is largely ineffective, and it results in a lot of anti-Semitism.
But I feel like in the next 2 months, this video is going to be created exactly as I've spec'd it out. It is coming, bro. It is coming. All right, people are like, you're going after ContraPoints. You're going after Noah Samson. You're going after the guy who made the I can't even remember his name. In Praise of Shadow. Is that guy?
Yeah. So Noah Samson, he did make a just terrible video, going after Destiny. Just really poor researched, poor sourced. His arguments utterly fall apart. I've thought about making a video like going line by line and refuting it, but it's not really worth it that much. Second Thought is another one who has made really bad videos on Israel, Zionism, all that. Basically offering false histories.
That guy fits the bill too. I think the Covernacle would, but I think, isn't he bald? Isn't that his one thing that sets him apart? He's got blood with like a decent British drama YouTuber, and I think he's bald. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but we'll keep going. Is he not bald? He's bald to me, goddammit. So then the H3H3 subreddit started punching chat. This is what Ethan has resorted to. This is how low he's fallen.
All right, so this is the H3 Snark subreddit. This place is psychotic. I got banned from this place shortly after the Leftovers show ended. Basically just like asking people to engage in good faith with what Ethan was saying. Like I said earlier, like people would say he refuses to call it a genocide, and I would show them like 10 times where he called it a genocide, and then they would move the goalpost. They were just like saying horrendous, disgusting things about Hila and Ethan, and it was just like I have rarely seen such like a hate campaign against Ethan during that time. And now apparently they are like going after Hila's company that she has, her clothing company, Teddy Fresh. They're going after like non-public employees, trying to dox them and trying to pressure them to quit. It's just insane.
Keemstar loves Ethan.
Person? Who is Bunty King?
Nickolas Diorio defends Ethan. We're getting called out on Reddit, chat. We're getting called out on fucking Reddit. Unbelievable. We're getting owned right now. Are these the people he wants on his side? Evidently he does. Yeah, he loves insane bigots. Was this not clear? He cried about how many of the bigots hated him back in the day, and now he loves that they like him. He only hated them when they weren't on his side. Bro, you guys want the fucking Jews to die! It's not a hard fucking suggestion. It's not like Ethan Klein reached out and said, by the way, Nick Diorio, I co-sign every single thing he's ever said. I'm going to bring him on my show. In fact, I'm offering him a job. Okay, no. It's, hey, these guys are saying that the Jews shouldn't die. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. You've never seen anything like it before.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers.
Oh yeah, so Yahya Sinwar, one of the leaders of Hamas, was killed recently, and these people just are fucking heartbroken. They think that he is a hero. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, you can totally believe that Palestine has a right to defend itself, to fight back against their oppression. You can understand why people might join Hamas. You can understand where they're coming from, but also you can understand how oppressive they are to the Palestinian people. And Hamas themselves, they do not care about the Palestinian people at all. The main leaders are living in luxury. They are billionaires that live in Qatar. They are not like freedom fighters. What they really need is like a Nelson Mandela to bring people together and actually fight for their independence and their freedom.
Oh God.
Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. The U.S. military? Boo fucking whom? I hope you get PTSD.
Stuffing her face.
And the thing is, with this take here, like, I'm no fan of like the military industrial complex, but it's so funny that they can not just have sympathy for the Houthis, for Hamas, but like glorify them and praise them, and say that, you know, we need to understand, like, even if they like admit that they do some things wrong, say like, well, you know, we need to understand the conditions that they're in and why they might, you know, join that group. But when it comes to, you know, the U.S. military, it doesn't matter, you know, why people might join the military, why they feel like they may have no other choice in life. They feel stuck in life, and you know, this is a way for them to have structure in life, to make money, to maybe be able to get through college, and to also be, you know, preyed upon by recruiters and like sold this dream, and they don't really know what they're getting into. And so, you know, while I fully support like criticisms of the military industrial complex, this is just an insane comment to say that you have no sympathy for soldiers, hope they get PTSD, and hope that they don't get health care when they get back. It's just a hateful and insane thing to say. And also, you know, by Twitch's own terms of service, that is bannable. You know, you're saying things against mentally ill people and as well as veterans, which are both, you know, saying hateful stuff against them is a no-go for Twitch.
Eating on stream is so fucking disrespectful, chat. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Eating on stream is so fucking disrespectful to your audience's time, especially on camera, stuffing your...
I think it's fine if you're doing like 8 to 12 hour streams, but Frogan does not do that. Like 2 to 4 hour streams usually.
Face.
You know?
Oh, I figured out too that this tea that she's drinking here is on the BDS boycott list for Palestine, so that's ironic.
I do the ones the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever.
Jack, ask you nice enough. Fuck those soldiers. Fuck them. Oh no! What am I gonna do? I don't care if they get PTSD, except the ones that get on their hands and knees and suck tanky cock. Okay, those ones they can get help for their PTSD. They'll be okay. All right. I hope they haven't seen such crazy shit. If they get on their hands and knees.
See, like this stuff here, calling her a pig, just not necessary. She's not even like big, I think, because she wears the hijab, and it like kind of it makes her look bigger than she is. Like you can see here, it kind of like takes away the shape of the shoulders and stuff. If you see her like full body, she's a normal, like decent looking woman. There's just so many other things to give her shit for.
And suck Hamas's cock. Okay, they're allowed here, dude. They're allowed to chill.
You're a good person in my book. Oh my god, Tom, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. Like,
anybody who subscribes to my politics, yeah, guess what? You could avoid the PTSD bomb that I've just dropped right now. What a fucking ignorant, disgusting thing to say from this freak.
You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Well, I hope you lose your insurance for your Ozempic. So this clip goes mega viral, chat. Mega viral. Yeah, well, if she loses her insurance, she won't be able to afford it. Not with the streamers I see her averaging. Jesus Christ. And people start posting this, chat. Dude, do you want to know what they did? They made a fucking panel, okay? Over who could use this slur.
And then another ironic thing, I'm pretty sure Chevron is on the BDS list as well. If they're not, I mean, they're just a terrible company. It's just, these people are capitalist realists. They are happy to get their bag while selling this dream of socialist revolution that they know is never going to happen. is so cringe.
It's the fucking it's like the C word for fucking Muslims. I'm not gonna whatever. It's not like the worst slur in the entire world.
He's wrong about this, and I saw him correct this in another video. But it's Habibi it just means friend in Arabic, and so they're just trying to gatekeep this word for some reason. It's not a slur.
But they did a panel over who could fucking say it. Chat. They did this at TwitchCon. Somebody was like, "This is a fantastic idea. We'll see who you guys give the pass to." Oh, Dan Clancy was sitting there jerking off on some potted plants in the back while he scrolled.
Yeah, like I don't. It's just clear like what their idea here was with this. And I just like imagine like swapping out any other races or ethnicities in this. Like it was just inappropriate, and it was clear that the whole likes Sabra thing at the bottom was meant to be derogatory when they put Jinxie there, and then Denims was like, I don't mean it like in a derogatory way. I think that he probably just likes Sabra, but they had like Ethan Klein and Ben Shapiro down here, and it's clear they just meant Jew. Yeah, I mean, swap this around. Have Jews up here, Arabs down here. That wouldn't be appropriate either. Like it's, and it was so fucking boring and cringe too. Like I don't know how anyone found this entertaining.
Pulling through his feed of Amaranth. Oh, why did Amaranth go to kick? God, just get in the hot tub, bitch. Get in the fucking hot tub. Yeah, that's what Dan Clancy was doing while they were setting up this fucking panel. Holy shit, dude. Oh no. Listen, I think this was a fantastic idea. All right, Rogan rating streamers. Check it out. I think they should run this panel back next year, but with the hard R. Bring on like 4 black creators in Destiny, and they'll duke it out as to like which colors of GTA custom characters can say the slur. I think that's what they should do, chat. If it was me and I was running Twitch, I would pull up the GTA character customizer, put up 4 black guys in Destiny to figure it out. I show Speed, Kai Cenat, and KSI, Deji, and Destiny. That's the panel I'd run. All right, that would be the one I would do. No, I'm sorry. Fuck Deji. Deji sucks. All right, that guy sub-bots, okay? I would bring in Prime Kais. Kai Cenat, Destiny, I Show Speed, KSI, and Prime Kais would be the panel. That would be it. That would be the ideal panel. Try.
And so AB Starkiller here is works for Ethan. His wife Lena works for them as well on the H3 show, and I'm sure it's a bit of an awkward thing. I believe that AB is like friends with Rogan, or they are. And so like since the beginning of this, there's been like everybody on the team has been harassed. But like AB and Lena especially, because they are Muslim, they are Arabic, and so they get people saying shit like this: "May Allah cause Lena to miscarriage and die during birth for your Zionist support. Allah will never forgive you." And yeah, I mean it's just fucking disgusting.
Get in Triax. No, Triax wouldn't be able to stop crying, dude. He would have to wipe the tears from his eyes as he watches Destiny argue for color number 3 to be able to say it, because he looks just dark enough. Okay, that wouldn't work. That would never work. Low tier God. Didn't he catch a charge? I'm kidding. Didn't he get like in trouble recently? Oh fuck. Starkiller. He gets messages. May Allah cause. I can't even read that, chat. I can't even fucking read the shit they're sending this guy's wife, dude. Yes. May Kai Cenat cause Lena to get storm sickness and go back to lobby for your controller player support. Kai Cenat will never forgive you. That's what he said. It's right there on the screen. Do you not understand? That's what he said about fucking AB's wife. He wants her to get storm sickness. This is why I tell Lena not to post about the conflict. When she does, this is the type of horrific comments she gets. Jesus Christ. Now, people start reporting this behavior to Twitch. And this is the statement they get. Based on the Twitch TOS and Frogan statements towards veterans, I decided to report her for hateful conduct. Right clip and everything. Not even a minute later, almost exactly 50 seconds, Twitch sent a reply that it's not a TOS violation. Now, if you go to Twitch's terms of service, it absolutely is. You've probably seen somebody on stream. I probably could even pull up a clip for you.
So it was like a month after the stream that, or that panel, that all those people that were on that panel got banned. And it wasn't until people like really started to raise shit about it.
Every single Hassan type streamer pulls up the TOS, gets really quiet for about 30 seconds and goes, what? Veterans? They're a protected class? Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. All those other characteristics are like intrinsic. Oh, well, I guess technically it violates the rules. It shouldn't be like that. Wait, veterans? Chat, veterans are a protected class. Dude, there are many such clips. Go to any Hassan friend streamer and find it. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't even fucking... I'm going to take a shot in the dark here.
Are there are people that keep bringing up veterans as a protected class? Is that true? I don't... Hey, let's read it together, guys. Here, I looked it up. This is on the actual Twitch TOS, safety.twitch.tv.
No!
Basically, you just can't do any promote, glorify, threaten, advocate violence, physical harm, death against individuals on the basis of protected characteristics. And how do they define protected characteristics?
Is she gonna see it?
Define it as
Yeah, I think protected's gonna show up a lot during the section.
Where is it?
Maybe you should start with Control V.
Come on.
Well, no, Control F and then V, and then E, and then T. Don't worry, Vet. I think you'll get it. Here, come on, Dan.
Characteristics: origin, immigration status, religion, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, disability, serious medical condition, and veteran status. I'm surprised that Twitch includes that in there. I don't feel like veteran status is the same as these ones.
No way!
I feel like these are immutable, and veteran status is not immutable. I'm surprised that it's in here, but like I said, letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. I think if you're following the letter of the law and you're
religion status is not immutable. Yeah.
You're saying, well, Frogan, she violated.
Shut up, bitch! Yo, she got sent to Azkaban for 30 days after the stream, and I'm not even fucking mad about it. And I'll defend anybody, chat. Holy shit, I'm the contrarian. And then we pulled this up. Isn't it crazy how there's tons of articles about Asmongold, chat? But all these fake Twitch stream slop journalists have been intentionally ignoring every part of Twitch's anti-Semitism double standard. Hey, bounty right now. I'll give it, listen, I'll give anybody mod who can find an article Slasher has written about this conflict, okay? Because you're somebody I need. You could create nothing out of thin air. Now, has Slasher covered this yet? Hold on. Does anyone know if Slasher has covered this on an article before? Slasher.
After the stuff with Dr. Disrespect, I lost all respect for Slasher and his ability to be a objective journalist.
Because he had words with me. I highly doubt it. He hasn't. He's covered none of this. Dude, I fucking called out Slasher. Look at this. So Dan tweets out, all comments deleted, post gone. And I said, hey, Paul Tassi and Slasher, anybody home? You guys write shit like this down, right? And he goes, whoop. I was out all weekend seeing friends, nerds in cosplay, and heavy music, instead of just being mad at the internet all day. Why don't you try doing that for once, Nick?
What's Monkey King to you? A person?
Why don't you fucking try doing that, Nick? Why don't you fucking try just having a little fun, not being so fucking mad all the time, Nick? Then I said, media coverage in this space was a lot better when you were on vacation full time after your doc tweet. And he goes, please just go outside and get some friends, man. You've tweeted at me like 100 times and I never reply, and it's so sad. Then I reminded him that he's currently following me on Twitter, and if he didn't want to see my tweets, this is probably the best way to do it. Most people just block me. I
think he has a real soft spot in his heart for Hassan.
I guess I'm too good, chat. They can't lose me on the feed. They can't lose me, dude. Are we slow? What's happening? It just looks like they banned everything because they were afraid of graphic images, and they probably didn't want to deal with this stuff, said Rod Breslau, a gaming and internet culture expert. An expert. Chat, don't you think this person's glazing a little bit? What is Rod an expert at other than waiting and not helping anybody get an investigation done on Dr. Disrespect? He's got to protect that victim, protect the victim, and the future ones too that are I mean, if this guy's dangerous, let's be honest, you're gonna protect the future victims too. Twitch saw a significant round of, is that it? That was it? They banned everybody. Hey, Rod, why were the Jews banned for a fucking year? What kind of company just forgets they banned all the Jews? Why are we sweeping for this?
Yeah, it's that was their stated reason, but it was bullshit. One, they said that they just banned new email signups, which was not true. They banned the whole area, and it just doesn't make sense because there are many other places in the world right now that are in open conflict that aren't banned, like Ukraine, like Yemen. It doesn't make any sense, and this has never been done before. And it wasn't, and they said like they did it for a little bit and then they just forgot about it for a whole year, which is just not true because there was like a whole movement within Israel to try to get Twitch to notice what was happening, and they just got ignored.
Is this, what is this? Is this your one statement? They banned them for a fucking year. We're sweeping hard here, aren't we? In the WAPO article. Wet ass pussy in overdrive. Jesus. Holy fuck. Twitch bans Israeli accounts. Dan, I'm about 99% confident in this now. I've heard from multiple sources this is real. An actual ban of Israel. Anyone inside of Israel is unable to create a new account on Twitch. The ban went into effect in early November. I've confirmed, at least firsthand, with several people I know personally that live in Israel, they cannot create accounts. They receive a banned country error. I've heard others say this is an intentional act by Twitch. This is not some side effect of banning VPNs or trying to stop bots. There is code put in place specifically to ban Israel. Please tag any various Jewish organization with this information. It's insane. I'm sure Twitch will try to defend this with, yeah, we banned Israel, but we're also banning Gaza. Like they have any functional ISPs right now. Any fucking ISP right now. Give me a break. You shall reap what you sow. And this ultimately turned out to be true, chat. They figured it out. It's real.
Do you think Twitch will provide an explanation, or do they just move on? I don't know. It feels like they've gotten away with not commenting or talking about literally any of this. They don't talk about any of this. It's been days now of like hundreds of thousands of liked and retweeted things from different communities on Twitter. And like Twitch is just completely and utterly silent. And also so is the entire media. Nobody is talking about it at all. That, again, those Asmongold articles about the Palestinian genocide thing, that shit was written like hours. That shit was written hours.
Bro, somebody clips in all the articles here about Asmongold, and nobody's talking about how all the Jews were banned from Twitch for a year.
After Asmongold said that. But nobody anywhere has said anything about this. It's actually wild. Jewish Israeli Amazon workers say company tolerating anti-Semitism by employees.
Everything here, except for the last line, is still factually accurate to this day, okay? Frogan saying military service members should get PTSD. 0 suspension. That's still true. She got banned for the panel. There's still no ban on Frogan for fucking anything that she said about fucking veterans, okay? That was not enforced, okay? E-girls stream softcore porn. That's a 12, 24, 18-hour ban. That's what that.
And my thing is like, if you want to be like Kick and just allow anything, that's fine. But like, it just needs to be consistent, and people need to know what the rules are so that they can follow them. But it seems like there are rules for some people, and other people, the rules don't apply. I think that they should be consistent in the rules that they have. And I think, I think Twitch's rules generally are good. It keeps the place from becoming like Kick or Rumble or one of those places. But it doesn't really mean shit if you're not going to enforce it.
That is on average. Asmongold called an entire fucking religion of people inferior. That guy got 14 days for that. But if you're fucking Jewish and you happen to live in Israel, you just can't make an account for an entire fucking year because somebody forgot to pull the Jews can comment again lever over at Twitch headquarters. There was a cobweb on it. There was a spider. I couldn't grab the latch and lift it up. I forgot. Yeah.
God.
Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one. That's Jewish.
You're such a victim, dude. Could it be that people don't like me because I am an unlikable person? No, it must.
Says professional cleavage on a screen.
To be that I'm Jewish. Where's the?
Meanwhile, everyone hates your friends because they're all fucking racist Nazi bigots, right? That's the only reason anyone can criticize your girls, right?
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke in my.
Stand up! Stand up! Stand up!
fucking rattle,
So
dude.
fucking cringe.
God.
Every single person in this screenshot is banned, by the way. In response, the Houthi flag was updated to address confusion, chat. This is a meme that came from the H3 subreddit. I found it funny. If you guys don't know, this fucking thing literally talks about fucking Jews, Israel. They added an in Minecraft to it, so it's more Hassan friendly. That way his audience can understand it better, you know? I think that realistically, if they did use this flag, it would probably be better. Twitch, oh, and I didn't even mention this. So fucking Fresh and Fit gets...
Yeah, so Fresh and Fit and Sneeko were unbanned not that long ago. They are like probably like two of the most anti-Semitic voices that are like more well known right now. Just straight up Nazi apologia, straight up Jew hatred, and somehow they got unbanned. Now they were rebanned very shortly after, but that's another thing. It's just like it's hard to see it as anything other than anti-Semitism coming from Twitch.
Unbanned. Sneeko gets unbanned. We find out that all the Jews were banned for a year. This was a PR nightmare for Twitch. Okay, I don't blame them for eventually responding to this, because this was now I think the Sneeko stuff's a bit more complicated than what we're seeing here. He got rebanned again. He also got unbanned from YouTube at the same time, and he got rebanned there as well. So I think some fucking fishy stuff is going on with Sneeko. I don't think that was intentional. For YouTube, you could chalk it up to a rogue employee, but to see him come back on both platforms, no, I think something's going on there. Do you think Hassan watches your stuff? Dude, Hassan knows exactly who I am. He's talked about me several times with absolute precision in describing what content I make. This guy knows exactly who I am. Yeah, 100%.
Again, like, these people will never actually live in accordance with their beliefs. You know, they believe in violent revolution by any means necessary. But for them, that just means sitting at a desk all day and streaming on a platform owned by Amazon, which is one of the most unethical, unsocialist, uncapitalist, or uncommunist capitalist companies in the world, getting ads from oil companies, big tech companies. Yeah, they are happy to make money off of, you know, covering atrocities happening around the world while supporting oppressors, while making hateful comments about all different types of people. But they will never, ever, ever put their money where their mouth is. They will never be a part of any sort of positive political change or progress. They're just here to get their money and to be comfortable. That's it.
I can't imagine hating where you live as much as she does. It's fucking crazy. I'm not the patriotic guy, but I want to fucking fly a flag around this girl and follow her around at fucking TwitchCon. That's what I want to do. I want to just follow her around with a big fucking American flag the entire time. The US military has conducted some of the most horrific crimes against humanity. Chat, where did we hear this one from? You guys aren't stupid, right? We're just retreading old shit here. Remember, when I said America deserved 9/11, what I...
And remember, like, they are very selective on the horrific crimes against humanity that they care about. If you lob a bomb at Israel every once in a while, all the horrific crimes against humanity that you perpetrate on Arab people, it's free game, right? If you say fuck America, it's free game. You do what you want.
Actually meant was the foreign policy decisions that America had made up to 9/11 are a bigger factor in why these terrorist organizations... Yeah, listen, they've done a lot of stuff overseas that's really bad, guys. When I said that online for attention, that's why I did it. The US military has conducted some of the most horrific crimes against humanity in the modern era in countries such as Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. My anger is directed at individuals who are currently championing these war criminals as if they've liberated my people. It's horrific, and it's disgusting. The beginning of the clip was worded poorly. No, bitch, it's exactly what you fucking meant. Don't fuck. I would have more respect for you if you just sat there and told us what's up and just said, yeah, fuck it. This is what I think. Suck my dick. Listen, I still would disagree with you. I'd still probably quote tweet it and get 50,000 likes, but I'd respect you a hell of a lot more than lying in this tweet right here. Especially after you double down, stupid bitch. You're doing this because you want the fucking internet to leave you alone. Well, they're not going to.
A person? Who is Bunty King?
This 200 viewer live streamer, okay, has gone mega viral. This is the biggest she'll ever be. She right now is at the zenith point of her notoriety, okay? I go on to clarify in the clip that I don't mean all military members, specifically the ones that don't, get on their fucking knees, hands and knees, and suck fucking far left cock on social media and beg for the support. I'm sorry, what did she write? But specifically those with no remorse. What I said was out of frustration. Is that why you made a second follow-up clip where you were giggling?
Yeah, like this is just really to try to save face. There's no sincerity here at all.
Twitch posted this and promptly unbanned the terrorist after his 24-hour suspension. I later learned it was like 12 hours. And you can't...
I mean, it's just like Anne Frank, though, right? I think he was streaming PUBG Mobile. And I was thinking, I feel like if Anne Frank were around today or streaming was around back then, I feel like she streamed. I feel like she would be like an Animal Crossing streamer, like a cozy girl streamer. That's what I feel like.
Can't see it on the account because they're not partnered, but they unbanned the terrorist, all right? And they unbanned the terrorist alt account. It's actually fucking delusional. Twitch unbanned the account and then immediately unbanned the ban evasion account that should have gotten a bigger suspension.
Henry College is like doing one good thing, which is that like if you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
Here, remember,
Hassan has like a clear through line of misogyny through his entire career. He started off doing like some of his early stuff was like early versions of red pill bro dating advice that was just incredibly chauvinistic and like kind of shocking, honestly. And it feels like he just never really has grown out of that. He's like learned to moderate himself a little bit, but it still comes out pretty often.
Remember when this bitch was crying on stream over some award show drama? Did Chud link that clip? Yes! What website is this? Look at this.
You know what I mean? Like,
have you seen this iconic Frogan moment?
I feel like this award should be like a Falling Star award, bro. That'd be so funny. I would clear.
Honestly, okay, it makes me really upset. I'm not gonna lie.
That makes me really upset.
I don't want to cry, but it really does make me really upset.
Why? Because you're a fucking joke and you know it. You owe your entire career to being Hassan's waiting room. You have no actual talent.
This is true though. Like a lot of the streamers in his orbit, they will go live for a few hours before Hassan comes on, and then as soon as he comes on, they go off. But yeah, like I have never seen a clip of Frogan saying something like meaningful or like offering intelligent commentary on something. I have never like watched a full stream of hers all the way through. Some people watch it. Obviously there's something there that people find entertaining, but as far as being like a political commentator, I just don't see the appeal there. Like without Hassan, she and a lot of other of Hassan's orbiters would not have a career. And it's been like a couple years at this point. Maybe it's time to consider something else. I don't know.
At all whatsoever. I'm a slop YouTuber who talks shit for a living, and I provide more to this fucking planet, okay? I provide more value through my garbage content than your puny stream could even afford. Babe? Look at her cry, chat. Look at her cry! She looks like an ASPCA commercial. Hold on. Is there an effect to make this black and white?
You're either a star or you're not, you know what I mean? Like, what?
Hold on.
If you or someone you know knows a streamer with 200 viewers who's going to go homeless by losing 1 month of revenue, please call now.
Oh, and the funny thing is like Hassan is like crowdfunding, doing like donations for all these streamers so that they can survive. Like, honestly, he could foot the bill for their income for the month.
Then, as it came down, as it looked like things were starting to finally heat up, Frogan panic deletes all of her YouTube videos, all of her Twitch VODs, tries to cover up everything she said. Okay, tries to wipe it clean, but it didn't help. Nope.
That's crazy because like I don't know how much revenue she gets from YouTube VODs. Let's see.
Nope. Because
okay, so her YouTube channel does have 5,000 subs, which is enough to be monetized. And I don't know what kind of views she got on her. It's basically just a VODs channel, but I don't know how many views she got on there. Could have brought in a couple $100 a month, but I feel like every little bit counts. And so wiping that out probably was a hit for her. Hassan also wiped out his VODs on Twitch, but I think people pretty much have all those downloaded by now.
This all of a sudden, oh, bro, the 30 days started hitting.
Base?
Another ban has hit the base. That's what she would say. Yeah, folks, a second ban has hit the tower. Frogan was banned for 30 days. Denims was banned for 30 days. Vio was banned for 30 days. Capri Sun Poppy was banned for 30 days because they were all in the panel. I guess the word means love. I don't know. The Habibi panel. That's what they were talking about, the slur or whatever, the word Habibi, right?
Which means friend.
And then Frogan's like, 30-day ban for saying people like the bottom of the barrel hummus, but other people get 2 weeks for advocating for the genocide of fucking Palestine? Got it. Ugh. You deserved a longer one, you stupid bitch. Fuck off.
What is
fuck off? Have you seen the shit this woman said? By the way, this is based. You want to see based? 20,000 likes on Hitler is dead.
A big thing is they're saying like Sabra. It's like it's a dog whistle with Sabra, is because it's an Israeli made hummus. It's an American company, but they are like Israeli, and it's just like fine store-bought hummus. Of course, it's not going to be good as homemade or restaurant made, but it's just as good as any other store-bought hummus. But because it's Israeli, they can never admit that it's good at all. They even did like a blind taste test once, and like most of them thought that it was like the third best one. Like none of them can tell except for Frogan, who probably practiced to make sure, because there's just no way she could admit that Sabra is good. But basically, like the deeper thing behind it is that they believe that all Jewish people are white, that they all come from Poland, that they all come from European countries. Well, that's just not true. The majority of them are native to that area, and a lot of them are Arab as well. And they make hummus. The idea is that they, like, these white people came in and then they like appropriated Arab culture, and they think they're like trying to make hummus now, but they can't because they're not native. But in reality, they are native, and they make Middle Eastern food because they are Middle Eastern. And so it's like an attempt on their part to erase Israeli culture.
That's fucking base. They sent this bitch a ban notification. Look at this, dude. Dude, target hateful conduct. This is the best thing I ever saw. Nobody's pointing this out. I'm the first one who's ever done it, okay? Nobody's pointing this out. Somebody had to do it. I'm doing it right here, okay? They set the ban, content creation date, January 1st, 2001. Her fucking punishment is they sent her back to 2001 so she can stop 9/11. That's what they did, chat. They sent her back in time. That's what they did. That's how fast they rushed this ban. They filled the form out wrong. And during this whole thing, when it couldn't possibly get any worse,
What is Bunty King to you?
they unleashed Brad back onto the streets. He's back. Brad tasted music in the middle of the drama. Fucking smoke erupt gave Israel the block tour. Spit on that thing. Getting nuked from Twitch right before the election, the most profitable time to be a politics streamer because you couldn't stop making fun of Jewish people or veterans is pretty rough. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Hassan hearing about what he said in chat. We're gonna watch this.
He's literally weaponizing his insane audience. We need to fight back, bro. Bro, if you heard some of the things he said about you today, it's messed up. We're not making it up. Yeah, guys.
You're a terrorist sympathizer. Okay, I don't care. This guy said that I think Trump is a big, sexy, handsome man, that I ran a Nazi podcast, that I'm a crypto fascist.
The thing that happens here with Hassan is that he doesn't like, he either doesn't watch any of the criticism about him, or he says that he doesn't, but he does. And it's just a deflection technique. But basically he'll kind of go based off of what chat says or what tweets say, stuff like that. And then, or he will just totally straw man everything and make it out like Ethan said a bunch of things that he didn't say. And then all of his audience members, instead of watching what Ethan said, they just get it, regurgitated through Hassan. And so they believe that Ethan has said a bunch of things that he hasn't said, or totally mischaracterize his position, and then go out into the world and post about it and make think pieces about it. And none of it is actually addressing the points that Ethan made or the issues that he had. And it's just one big fucking shit show.
None of this shit means anything, okay? It's word salad to try to discredit me because he doesn't like the shit that I said about him online. That's fine, whatever. Bad faith, you can call it whatever you want. That's Hassan Piker. You're a fucking rape denier, okay? You fucking platform terrorists. You fucking glorify terrorism. Unlike all the shit you said about me, what I'm saying about you is actually fucking real. It's actually fucking happening. That is shit you actually do. You are a rape denying, fucking terrorist supporting, fucking scumbag, and that's all you'll ever be. That and the richest socialist on the block who's convinced his whole fucking audience that he lived life as a poor man, okay?
Right, so these are the points here, but he has made it out like people are against him solely because he is anti-war and anti-hate. That's it. And anti-genocide of the Palestinian people. And for that, everyone is attacking him. That's just not the case.
Oh, God. Here we go. Let's see. Shout out to Real X8. His channel got falsely demonetized or whatever. Promote Connor. He needs that shit back. The irony here is that Hassan is a nepotism baby who's been handed everything in his extremely easy life. This person said, "Dear God, please give all of the V-Bucks Hassan has ever felt in his life. Multiply it by 100 million and give it to Ethan Klein and any of his disgusting supporters." Bro, if this happened, if all the pain that has ever occurred
this is just so weird and cringe
to Hassan Piker was inflicted on Ethan, he would walk outside and see that he got a new Audi R8 in the wrong color. That would be the plight on Ethan's life. He would walk outside and see a supercar in green that he wanted in blue. That would be the pain. That's literally what I hope I count as one of Ethan's supporters, chat. I'd love a new car. Oh God. Here we go. This is why I'll never call myself a free speech absolutist. Chatter asks Hassan, "Aren't you doing exactly what Ethan says you're criticizing you of?"
Do you not think he's possibly correct about anything, even partly? Aren't you literally doing exactly what he criticizes you, though? Do you think that may be what he wants? Actually asking so you can think of it? Aren't you doing literally exactly what he criticizes you of, though?
Ban incoming. Wait for it.
Yes, dude. You're right. I am pro-terrorism, pro-China, pro-Russia. Yes, you're...
Dude, he finally just told the truth. How come you guys don't talk about the Uyghurs? There's a whole Uyghur genocide going on right now. Why don't you talk about the Uyghurs? What are your thoughts, Hassan? When are you going to start talking about... You didn't even think that was in my vocabulary. You didn't even think I knew what that was. Big, stupid drama guy. When are you going to talk about the Uyghurs?
And him saying that, like, was it Taiwan or Tibet? Like, China did them a favor by invading them and colonizing them. It's just... like that there is like Asmongold's That's what he got banned for, pretty much. Basically saying that this one group of people was inferior, and it was a good thing that China came and colonized them and brought them into the 21st century. But apparently saying that about Palestinians is, disgusting, according to him. So he's just very selective in his empathy.
Fucking scumbag. Yeah. Bad Empanada called me out. And he's like, what about these streamers with squeaky voices, the intellect of an 11-year-old? Dude, I told him I would debate him.
Spin your passion into a business with Shopify and break sales records with the world's best.
I gave him the coordinates to Gaza, and I said, if you see IDF soldiers, you're in the right place. That was you got to get real crafty with how you say that stuff on Twitter. I think that was one of my better ones. Hassan calls out the commentary community after finding out Mudahar made a video on him.
Who invest all of their time and effort into fucking DEI initiatives in video games or whatever are now making fucking hit pieces, and now I have to take that shit seriously? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, like if you watch Mudahar, like he does not give a shit about any of that.
Here, why am I supposed to talk to someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about? How am I gonna fucking...
Interesting question. How come the fucking rape denier didn't get invited on the Bernie Sanders panel? I'm just curious. They sent Pokemon in there. How come the rape denier didn't get put on the fucking Bernie panel?
Sit here. Like,
aren't you like the face of Twitch? You didn't get invited?
I'm just gonna sit here and listen to every...
He's just gonna sit here and listen to some rape denier talking to Bernie Sanders? No, he's not, because you didn't get invited.
I'm a farming centrist YouTuber with a fucking alt-right adjacent crowd.
Yeah. I don't know.
They are desperately trying to fucking capture the attention of every...
Isn't Mudahar a Muslim? I don't think he is, but that would be funny. Because like this whole time, Ethan brought up a really good point.
Yeah, it's like the more that he like starts doing this to like normal people that cross over with his audience, I think the more people are going to be like, wait a minute, like you're not being honest or in good faith about any of this. Like Mudahar is not any of these things. He's a pretty intelligent person who just, he talks a lot about like cybersecurity, drama, video games, from a very apolitical stance, I would say. But he's like seems like a very compassionate person, is respectful of people. So he just like paints people in the worst possible light to poison the well against them and avoid any sort of criticism.
Right? Oh, you don't understand, okay? Listen, Ethan, all you gotta do...
really lolly.
All you gotta do is talk to my list of approved Jews, okay? They'll convince you that actually your whole position is bad and Hamas is the lesser of two evils, okay? I've got a list of Jews you can talk to that'll tell you everything you need to hear. If I'm Ethan Klein, I think that's gross. I think that's really gross. I don't think Mudahar is fucking Muslim, but that would be really funny in that context. But he's like, yeah, I'm going to set up this conversation with Sam Cedar. Okay, he's going to come in. He's on the list of approved Jews. He'll convince you, Ethan. That's all you got to do. Sit down with Sam Cedar. Listen to what he says, all right?
Single time someone makes a YouTube video, like, it's fucking stupid.
He is Muslim? What am I, have to listen to this fucking Muslim guy talking to me about fucking...
like, let's be serious.
Is he Muslim? That'd be crazy if he was. Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Who invest all...
He's Indian. Is he Muslim? I don't fucking know. Whatever. All right.
What is Bunty?
Then,
a person?
Oh God! Then another clip hits the tower. Unironically, another clip hits the tower. This is after she's banned for 30 days.
62.
To this day, no ban for this either. No ban.
50. 9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Are you fucking kidding me?
6250. 9/11.
Dude, I would take this joke, right? If it wasn't from somebody who fucking hates America and wants...
That's true. Like, I don't know. It's...
the soldiers to fucking die. It's a little bit less funny when this person fucking means it. It's a little less funny, chat. Guys, you know why this stream didn't happen? It's not because Twitch did something with their TOS, right? It's not because Twitch did anything, no. It's because she's such an unsuccessful streamer, she couldn't even hit the fucking tipathon goal The only reason this clip doesn't exist, chat, that we couldn't have made that go viral too, is because she's so wildly unsuccessful, she overshot her goals and couldn't accomplish it. We were robbed. That enough fucking bootlickers over in fucking Deny Rape Alley couldn't put their wallets together. They were too busy feeding the Hassan socialism machine to keep pumping millions of dollars into that guy's wallet to pay for the 9/11 tipathon, unfortunately. Yeah, hot tub stream. Ooh. And then someone responded to me. I gotta be careful because this person posted gore in the replies, if you're wondering. So every single, this is the tweet or whatever, because Hassan responded to me like, people's kids are having their heads decapitated by bombs. Their grandfathers are being flattened by bulldozers. And you only care about fighting Hassan Piker on Twitter. It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking retard. Yeah, crazy you're talking about what's going on in Gaza when there's children starving in Africa, you fucking moron. Fuck you, you virtue signaling fucking cocksucker. My room and my...
It's almost like evangelical like fundamental Christianity with these people. It's like, as long as you have the orthodox theology, as long as you have the correct opinion, you can do literally anything. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. But if you are off just a little bit from that, like Ethan Klein, who happens to believe in a two-state solution and who happens to have sympathy for innocent children, Israeli children that were killed on October 7th. Or, yeah, like, if you're that, even though you are pro-Palestinian, even though you are for Palestinian liberation, even though you are against the Israeli government, and he recently called the IDF terrorists. So, like, but if you are not exactly in line with them, then you are anathema. You are cursed. You are going to hell. And it's just very odd. It is very much like a religious fervor that these people have surrounding politics, and it's really surrounding Hassan, and it's very unhealthy, I think.
How you doing? Full screen.
Hold on, Dan wants to play this really badly.
Yeah, before.
Okay, so this is way too edgy.
This is way too edgy. What am I gonna do? Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. So that's what I got for the actual events. I took you kind of through it. That's your introduction. We've got lots of clips to watch. We've got tons to do, chat.
All right, that's that. I thought that was going to be a little more structured, but I think that was a good kind of overview of the context of what's going on between Hassan, Ethan, Twitch, all of that. As I think I said earlier, there's a congressperson who has sent a letter to Twitch now, and who knows what's going to come of that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't think like Hassan should be banned, but like if he would stop doing this like extremist rhetoric, I think that would be a win. I think if more like dissenting voices were able to be popular on Twitch, I think that would be good. But I like legitimately think that Hassan is like a net negative for politics and for the culture of the of his audience. I think he is radicalizing them, and at the same time, like keeping them very uninformed or misinformed about issues. And I think a lot of them are like very anti-electoral, or they are wanting to vote third party. And, you know, at the end of the day, if someone feels that way, you know, I can have a conversation with you about it, about, you know, what I think is, you know, the more strategic thing to do. But at the end of the day, like if you're conscious, you can't vote, or you need to vote third party, like I get that, but it's not going to do anything except like make you feel a little bit better about yourself and your contributions to atrocities happening around the world that are going to continue happening around the world regardless of who wins, regardless of who you vote for. And so it ends up being just like a hollow performative virtue signal, a hollow bit of allyship with the Palestinian people. It does not help the Palestinian people at all, especially when Trump would be significantly worse for Palestine. But I think that he has radicalized a large portion of his audience to be non-voters or to be third-party voters, even though around election time he tries to come back around to being like a social democrat and being for elections and stuff. But like if you go in his chat when Kamala is talking or on or anything like that, they call her KKK Kamala. They call her Holocaust Harris, and various other vile and disgusting misogynistic things about her. So yeah, I mean, I think overall Hassan is a net negative to politics, and I think that there needs to be more like legitimate pushback to that. And I think that the culture at Twitch, the company itself, probably needs to change. I don't know if that looks like Dan Clancy stepping down or being replaced, or the trust and safety team being replaced. I saw somewhere, I believe it's like the head of the trust and safety team was fired from her previous job for like anti-Israel statements or anti-Semitic statements, something like that. So that's interesting. Anyways, yeah, that's what's been going on. I've been following this since last year when Leftovers broke up, when Ethan and Hassan broke up, and I felt like since then that something like this was going to go down at some point, because I just I felt like Ethan was kind of trying to keep the peace and didn't really want to rock the boat that much. And then I think Hassan has just gotten worse and worse over the past year until he just had to say something. And yeah, that's that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.